Hello everyone, my name is Chris and I spent 10 hours playing Doomfist. Let's go! Interesting how Doomfist was one of my most requested character to do a 10-hour challenge on the channel, yet I've never had any real desire to even start playing him. You see, I've always been a fan of challenging characters. This is why I tried mastering Tracer, Echo, Genji, Sojourn and stuff. And I feel like Doomfist is a very difficult character to utilize, especially if you have zero playtime on the character, yet it was super duper satisfying to play him. It's interesting how mid-season 6 gave us indirect buff to the Doomfist because dive meta is no longer an option, and now you can finally play Doomfist and not be afraid of Sombra, although there are different monsters under the bed. So my first game I felt very clunky. I never really understood what the hell am I doing. This was a beautiful punch out from the Nano Soldier, and this is the final moment. We were able to clutch this game and got the W. I was so happy. It's interesting how I just realized that this bub got absolutely scammed and booped his head off the ceiling and wasn't able to escape my Doomfist carnage. I'm still exceptionally clunky. Hour 2, oh, it was so satisfying cleaning up the mines. Reminds me of the power washer videos where the dude completely cleans something off. And this was so nice. This was super unintentional, but I punched this guy into the dragon. Insane stuff. So we are 0-1, and it's time for us to come back. I feel like I understand that Doomfist is a playmaker, and you're just a space creator for your team. So you are setting up for some punches, you are making enemies uncomfortable, and then that stuff happens. Don't mind me, don't mind me. You're making things happen, and I just realized that sometimes you are not the carry, sometimes you are not gonna be a win condition. By the way, what the hell is that guy doing? This was my first attempt at going for some cheeky plays, and it certainly happened, and we were able to collect the W. Beautiful. For the sake of this challenge, I decided to spend every single second that I have playing only Doomfist. It means that even if I'm playing Circuit Royale, which is a notorious Sigma map, and you kind of have to protect your snipers, and then like long sights are really for the Sigma, I still stick to Doomfist, and this was one of the better decisions I could possibly have, because every single time opponents are trying to diff you, you win a single team fight, and they go Sombra, they go Arisa, they go Hog, and this is actually beautiful. This is amazing, and I'm not even kidding. I love playing against that, because first of all, people have no idea how to counter Doomfist at these characters. They only know that it counters, but the real strategy, the real plan is never in their head. And second thing, my team can capitalize on that. My team can play Sim, my team can play Hanzo and other counters, so it's a team game, and you have to remember that. Hour 4 mark is when I finally started feeling the character. I really got the idea of when I should engage and disengage, how can I capitalize on certain situations, and oh my god, it made me, like, this whole thing made me go from, oh, I'm playing Doomfist because I'm doing a challenge, to I absolutely love playing Doomfist. I don't know about you, but this character is so much more satisfying to play than any other tank. I feel like I'm gonna be in Doomfist jail for quite some time because they feel so boring, they feel so clunky. I'm talking about Arisa, I'm talking about Zarya. I feel like Reinhardt is some sort of a Doomfist. Like, you can kind of compare them, but not exactly. So yeah, Wrecking Ball is just an abomination to play. And what are you guys doing suggesting me playing Doomfist? It's like you never know how good something can be until you try something better. I was always like an Arisa advocate, but I just can't play the character. This is just so much fun. The movement is great, and then like I love the fact that Doomfist is such an interesting and creative character. Like, you can play a game, and within that game you can switch out 3 playstyles, and then you have different characters that you can play with and against, and it is just amazing. Beautiful domination on the Ana, and by the way, the tank problem is still very present. It's absolutely horrible. You are catching every crowd control ability there is. You're getting slept and tied, Maywalled, and then yeah. And I feel like from now on we are going from the learning phase to the phase of enjoying the character, the phase where I can go for cheeky clips, where I can play for myself a lot more, when I can be a little bit more egoistic, and this is a very nice thing to do, you know, when for the first 5 hours you constantly hear stuff like Doomfist, can you switch the character, Doomfist is a terrible character, you are playing like trash, and then stuff like that, to the point where people are endorsing you, people are complimenting your playstyle, people are finally getting to appreciate what you are doing for them, because it feels like you just hit the spot, and it's beautiful, it's absolutely amazing, and I would love to have that feeling a lot more in the future, where you understand that you have a certain job and then you are doing your absolute best at it. This is beautiful, this is amazing, and I absolutely love playing Doomfist. It's gonna be interesting to see how Sombra rework is gonna affect the character. It feels like balancing thing overall is just a little bit more complex than we think it is, and it takes real big brain to really make game balanced, you know. And then you have direct buffs where you buff like the Doomfist, for example, and then you have indirect buffs, for example, you are nerfing the counter plays or you're buffing them and making the character worse in the first place. So I'm just having so much fun diffing some players and punching 3 players with a power punch. Is just beautiful. We start our hour 6 with a beautiful power punch onto the soldier. Here we are going for the full charge, and then unexpectedly, out of nowhere, boom, just an absolute nuclear weapon. Holy moly. And then close quarters is when you really shine as Doomfist. That's why every control of the point, let's pretend you never saw that. That's why every control of the point map is great for you, and I feel like you can play Doomfist anywhere. Like, the character is so interesting, the character is so flexible and versatile that it doesn't really matter what map or comp you are playing with and against, you can still make him work. Is it gonna be as satisfying as it would be if you were to play against your like against characters that you directly counter? No. Well, this is gonna be such a funny moment. Okay, let's count how many times life we were saved. Look at that. First save because of the shatter, and then he this was one of the funniest moments I've had in Overwatch for sure, and then we kill him. This is like completely swagged on, the definition of that. I'm just having fun on the character. We had some problems in the first point, but in reality I'm just, wow, I love it. This is like, and you look at clips and they are all satisfying. I don't know, beautiful. I feel like single-handedly the biggest thing that helped me improve and get better as a Doomfist player is watching Zebra. There is a streamer that's playing only Doomfist, and watching him is super inspirational. He's a very chill dude, and then he has so many nice VOD reviews and guides that you can munch on in order to really improve as a Doomfist player. It was so eye-opening to see what kind of mistakes I'm making and then trying to fix them in real time. I would watch him when I'm eating, I would watch him when I'm in the queue, but tank queues are like 1 minute because the role is just so undesirable. No one wants to play the tank, and that's why the queue times are 1 minute in comparison with like supports where you have to wait 15. But that's life, I guess. And then you cannot really change stuff. hour 7 and I'm just in my enjoyment of the character phase. I don't care if I win or lose. Punching is so nice. Oh, I remember this new Queen Street game. This was such a difficult one, yet very satisfying to win it, because we were able to come back from super dead score, and it's always nice to do so. The level of players have grown so much, and I'm no longer diffing noobs. People understand how to play around my character. People understand that they should never charge my block, as it's gonna be completely horrible for them in the future or for their teammates. Yet sometimes I'm going for plays like this. Oh my, I don't know, like I did not do anything this game, and we were down bad, but somehow we were able to capitalize on that. These are all my highlights because I was just running around the whole game, never even realized, like, what am I supposed to do? I feel like the new Queen Street match was incredibly beneficial in my ability to utilize the character a lot more than I was doing before. And I just realized that I'm not flanking enough on Doomfist. I feel like I have to be there for my team as a tank, that I never even look for opportunities to go for some sneaky plays on the backline. And I just realized that the strategy is not always nice, you know? So this match, starting from this match, I started flanking a lot more. I started finding opportunities. If I see that I'm playing versus Arisa, if I see that I'm playing versus any other, to be honest, like any other tank, I need to avoid direct confrontation and weaken up the tank, soften up the tank by distracting or destroying supports. By the way, look at that, one tap, literal one punch man. And then yeah, I'm trying to fight the Hanzo and it never works, because why would it? Hanzo is notorious for escaping Doomfist, right? Or I'm just being complete trash at the game. It happens, you know. Beautiful Pharah snipe, my first one, and my last one because no one plays Pharah for some reason. Well, yeah, you know the reason. Last hour of the challenge, and we are going for this beautiful map. I understand that I have to be consistently on this Moira player. I need to bait out Fade. I need to make sure that this streamer girl is never playing the character to the full potential. So I'm being purely annoying, and this was such a game to be alive. I never thought I would be able to go that far. I never thought I would be able to have so much fun on a character that I once absolutely hated. And every single time I hear Doomfist, or I heard Doomfist, it was like garbage. But now, if I hear Doomfist and you play good on the character, mwah, my respect to you. Beautiful setup kill with sleep and stuff, and it is just amazing. I love the character, and it's interesting how Doomfist players, especially the OTP ones, are usually they're just never toxic. They're usually chill guys that just want to like go for some nice movement and have some fun. This is gonna be the conclusion about Doomfist. Character was exceptionally interesting, and I loved every single second of the Doomfist gameplay, past the point where I finally realized what I have to do on the map. I feel like for the Season 7 of Overwatch 2, this character is gonna be my main priority. I would love to do more videos. If the character is not gonna be directly or indirectly nerfed, that's gonna be great and amazing. But I feel like the Sombra rework is gonna make her a little bit worse counter to Doomfist. She will not be able to do some cheeky, sneaky stuff like she was doing before, and you will have a better time playing the character. I absolutely love the fact that I succeeded. I feel like this was a real success. I would never thought I would be able to do so, and I'm always afraid to play Doomfist, but it turns out to be that I was completely wrong. Thank you very much for watching the video. See you!